Battling is a central element of Pokemon, and as such, some must strike as epic, memorable, and nostalgic. So today I am here to discuss what are, in my opinion, the most epic battles, which can be for a mixture of reasons. So let's proceed into the most epic fights in the Pokemon series, of course, only in the main games. The battle against successor Karina. So this fight, I thought it was interesting in that this is how you got to test out Mega Evolution, but it was also a test in-game to whether you would actually gain the ability later to do so. The battle's low on this list because while I do like Lucario, sadly it feels anticlimactic due to how easy the fight is. Plus it's only one-on-one. Then again, it isn't often you get to go and have Mega Lucario versus Mega Lucario, so that's pretty cool. Lysander, the final time. Lysander has remained fairly calm and collected, until now. I mean, I can't be the only one who thinks he's gradually losing his humanity when he starts swearing that machine thing into battle. I feel that Lysander was somewhat supposed to be like Cyrus, but not as influential or as challenging, but at the same time I felt like Lysander was a lot more of an immediate threat, which automatically makes this fight all the more intense. You guys may have seen this going to be on this list, but Cynthia is one of the tougher champions in a Pokemon game, as well as being a genuinely difficult battler, who can really give you some trouble with just about all of her Pokemon. While some champions simply don't have that, such as Blue's Rhydom, she easily get wrecked from any water or grass move, and is too slow to do anything. Although, I'm mainly talking about Cynthia's Platinum team here. However, there isn't much of a reason to fight her except for the title of champion. Fights are usually more epic when it's for a strong cause. That doesn't, however, mean that the fight against Cynthia is flavorless. Kokui at Lanakila. It is amazing that after 7 generations, the professor is also the champion. Sort of. I mean, he is your last challenge before you become the champion of Alola. I say that makes him champion, right? No? Oh, well, I try. Not to mention, I don't know about other people, but this was definitely a fight worthy of difficulty for champion. Unlike that lame skirmish in X and Y. Not to mention, Diantha was some character that just randomly appeared as champion and had almost no relevance to the game at all, whereas when I saw Kokui, I was like, oh, this guy's actually, someone important. So, I mean, he's automatically better than Diantha for that reason. And actually remembered him! I think those two reasons really cement Kokui's battle. Ghetsis in Black and White. So you may think that, no, Ghetsis in Black 2 and White 2 was way more epic. Really? He was much easier to fight, but also in Black 2 and White 2, it looked like you weren't fighting Ghetsis in his prime anyway. He's a shadow of his former self by then, and his animation in battle clearly illustrates that. Not only physically, but mentally. He's becoming unstable, and it's evident considering how much of a psychological blow his defeat in Black and White deals him. But 2 years before, it was different. Ghetsis had successfully been the de facto leader of Unova for a short while, and lost, and the hero of Black and White must fight a dictator who just got triggered. Ghetsis is, this time, ready to not defeat, but decisively crush them. His team is the same, but made much more difficult than in Black 2 and White 2. I guess that doesn't make a lot of sense considering how I spoke in the time path. Oh well, who cares? Team Magma's last stand, but in Emerald. I do not know why, but having a team's last stand involving a tag battle makes it all the more interesting. When Maxie and Tabitha fight you together against Steven and you in Emerald, I feel like this last battle is particularly going to be quite tough, which makes it epic because it feels more realistic. Tabitha isn't that strong, but Maxie is, and if you don't have water types, this guy will cause a serious mess, not to mention you are allied with Steven freaking Storm. And all this fighting determines whether Team Magma will be able to get their rocket fuel to blow up Mount Chimney, which is pretty crazy. I mean, it wouldn't be as interesting if they wanted to get the fuel to, launch a spaceship or something, which is what they were gonna do anyway. The Red Battle. Every Pokemon fan should know why the fight against Red is here. Red beat the Pokemon League, trains on a mountain, and has a team in the level 80s. Red doesn't even say anything to you when you fight him. That's because he doesn't need to say anything in order for you to realize you're in for the fight of your life. With the weather conditions wearing you down, the brutality of his team, you must resist and overcome this mighty opponent to become the true champion. Just like how that waiter on the SSN says, "is strong, silent type," he means you are strong and silent, not that you are stubborn. But this fight isn't high on this list because there isn't much storyline implying what will be lost if you lose. In fact, nothing will be. Whereas you lost to Getsis, you'd have a... yeah, it's being rolled by Getsis. The final blue battle. What's more epic than fighting Red? Red fighting Blue and proving once and for all he is not inferior. I love how much the game's set up for this final battle. Your final obstacle is that one guy who is always... that obstacle is always ahead of you. He's always one step ahead of you, and you always feel like you're behind, and you have to get back at him. Sure, no evil at work here, but unfinished business is something to fight for. Closure is what this fight is. It is time for revenge! Finally, his grandfather goes 7 on his grandson for losing. That must feel so rewarding for the player. The final N battle. I feel like N's fight was more epic because you and N are the contrasting heroes. You are counterparts, but also enemies. Plus, you had to fight his Dragon of Truth or Ideals with his counterpart dragon, as well as overcome it. Even after that, N is technically still the champion of Unova at the time, so fighting the enemy as champion is a really cool idea that I kind of wish Pokemon did again, because the champion battles have too cheery an atmosphere in my opinion. So the rest of his team is still more than capable, but that legendary showdown really puts this high on the charts of memorable and intense fights. The final N battle would have won if it had not been for my nostalgia outweighing the sway that N had. I did mention this likely in another video, but man, the double battle on Spear Pillar was intense. And it's only because I was a noob at the first time and let the battle play out until we had only my Infernape and Berries and Polion versus the Commander's last Pokemon. It seems so energizing because you usually have these two starters fighting against each other as enemies, but they call a truce and resist the evil team in an epic showdown that only they can win. Infernape and Empoleon won, therefore forcing the Commanders to retreat. Of course, everyone's most epic battle experiences are different. As such, please leave them in the comments for me to read, and maybe we'll agree or not. I mean, my top choice was purely due to nostalgia, nothing else. If you're still here though, you probably did enjoy this, so do leave a like and sub to join the Ottoman Empire, and I'll have more videos soon. And I apologize for the lack of uploads like the last 5 or 6 months. Yeah, with my current schedule it doesn't work out that well, but believe me, whenever summer break comes around next month, I have a new schedule plan that should hopefully make me able to not only upload at a more regular rate, but also faster and hopefully with better quality, just like better content in general. Of course, I'm going to keep up with the shiny hunting, but I might actually bring back the Let's Plays, because I probably will be getting a capture card soon. So I will see you then, Ottomans.